Welcome back to Sound Saga, where we dive deep into the legends of rock. Today, we're exploring one of the most transformative acts in rock history, the Cult. From their shadowy beginnings in the UK post-punk scene to becoming hard rock icons filling arenas around the globe, their story is one of reinvention, rebellion, and raw energy. So if you're digging a goth vibe or a psychedelic riff or a straight-up headbanging anthem, stick around. This is their story. And if you're excited about it, hit like, and don't forget to subscribe for more rock retrospectives. Let's start at the beginning. It's 1981 in Bradford, Yorkshire, a gritty industrial town in northern England. Ian Astbury, a charismatic frontman with a passion for Native American spirituality and punk ethos, forms Southern Death Cult. Joined by guitarist Buzz Burroughs, bassist Barry Jepson, and drummer Aki Nawaz Qureshi, they burst onto the scene with their debut show on October 29th. Drawing from goth and post-punk influences like Bauhaus and Theater of Hate, they released the single Moya in 1982 on the indie label Situation 2. Their sound was dark, atmospheric, and tribal. Think ritualistic beats and Astbury's haunting vocals. But Southern Death Cult was short-lived. After touring with Bauhaus and releasing a compilation album posthumously, they disbanded in February 1983. Astbury wasn't done, though. In April, he linked up with guitarist Billy Duffy, fresh from stints in Theater of Hate and The Nosebleeds. Together, they formed Death Cult, recruiting bassist Jamie Stewart and drummer Ray Mondo, later replaced by Nigel Preston from Sex Gang Children. Death Cult debuted in Oslo in July 1983, dropping an EP and the single God's Zoo. Their music amplified the goth elements with more intensity. Post-punk rhythms meets psychedelic edge. If you enjoy this early gothic era of the band, check out my video about Bauhaus. I'll put the link in the description below. By January 1984, to shake the stigma of goth and appeal to a wider audience, the band shortened their name to The Cult. This marked the start of their evolution, and man, what an evolution it was. Their debut album, Dreamtime, dropped in September 1984. Inspired by Australian Aboriginal myths and shamanism, it featured hits like Spirit Walker, which topped the UK indie chart. The sound was still rooted in post-punk, moody, echoing guitars and tribal percussion, but hints of harder rock were creeping in. The album hit number 21 in the UK and sold over 100,000 copies there, building a cult following. Pun intended. Then came the breakthrough, 1985's Love. Produced amid lineup tweaks, Preston was fired for erratic behavior and replaced temporarily by Mark Brzezicki and then Les Warner. This album leaned into 1960s psychedelia. Tracks like She Sells Sanctuary, UK number 15, Rain, and Revolution became anthems. All great tracks to my ear, but I especially love Rain. The Cult weren't content to stay in one lane. In 1986, they recorded material for what was meant to be peace, but scrapped it for something bolder. Enter producer Rick Rubin, the wizard behind Def Jam and later Red Hot Chili Peppers. He stripped their sound down and infused it with an AC/DC-style hard rock crunch. The result, 1987's Electric. This was the pivot, from post-punk goth to full-throttle hard rock. Singles like Love Removal Machine, Little Devil, and Wildflower exploded, with the album hitting number 4 in the UK and going gold. Worldwide sales topped 3 million. They toured with Guns N' Roses, embracing the arena rock lifestyle. Big riffs, bigger attitudes. Riding high, they hooked up with producer Bob Rock for 1989's Sonic Temple. This was their commercial peak, top 10 in both the UK and US, platinum certified in America. Blending blues, progressive elements, and arena anthems, songs like Firewoman, which hit number 1 in New Zealand, Edie, Ciao Baby, and Sweet Soul Sister, dominated airwaves. It was hard rock revival at its finest, influencing the emerging alternative metal scene. They headlined massive tours, opening for Aerosmith and Metallica, and even organized the Gathering of the Tribes Festival in 1990, featuring acts like Soundgarden and Public Enemy, proving their eclectic spirit. The early 90s brought experimentation and instability. 1991's Ceremony dabbled in tribal rhythms and grunge influences, but lineup issues loomed. Drummer Matt Sorum left for Guns N' Roses, and session players filled in. It sold about 1 million copies with singles like Wild Hearted Son, but faced a lawsuit over its cover art featuring a Native American boy. By the time of their 1994 self-titled album, the broader musical scene was dominated by grunge and noise rock, and the album incorporated some of those influences, such as grimy, stripped-down guitars and brooding atmospheres, while retaining their hard rock core. It peaked at number 21 in the UK. Tensions boiled over. After a disastrous 1995 tour in Brazil, the cult disbanded. Asbury formed Holy Barbarians, releasing Cream in 1996, and pursued solo work like 2000's Spirit, Light, Speed. Duffy dabbled in side projects, but rock legends don't stay down. In 1999, they reunited with Sorum and bassist Martin Lenoble for the Cult Rising Tour, and 2001's Beyond Good and Evil, a return to hard rock roots, though sales were modest at 500,000. Another split in 2002 followed, with Asbury joining the Doors of the 21st Century, later Riders on the Storm. The real comeback hit in 2006. With drummer John Tempesta, rhythm guitarist Mike Dimkich, and bassist Chris Wise, they toured extensively. And they've kept the momentum going. 2007's Born Into This kicked off a trilogy of albums blending their goth origins with hard rock punch. Choice of Weapon in 2012 and Hidden City in 2016 followed, both produced by Bob Rock. Their latest full album, 2022's Under the Midnight Sun, produced by Tom Dalgetty, evokes their early mysticism with a modern edge. I love Vendetta X from this album. I play it all the time. In 2023, they revived the Death Cult moniker for tours celebrating their roots, playing early material from Southern Death Cult through Love. It's a full circle moment. And in 2025, they continued with Death Cult tours across North America, wrapping up just recently. But they've announced a hiatus from touring for an undetermined time to recharge their spiritual batteries and shift focus, possibly to recording new music. Who knows what reinvention comes next? The Cult's legacy? They bridged genres from goth's darkness to hard rock's fire, inspiring alternative metal and beyond. Songs like She Sells Sanctuary endure in games and movies and playlists the world over. The partnership between Ian Astbury and Billy Duffy is over 4 decades long and shows that reinvention keeps the flame alive. What do you think? Got a favorite song or album? Drop it in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed, be sure to hit like and subscribe and ring the bell for more episodes. Rock on.
Broken within. Yeah.